Hi guys, I'm Kat. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like it has been a long while since I have done a book haul, and that is largely because I am hoping to move to Australia in the coming year. So I've been really trying to rein back my actual book, like in real life purchases. So a lot of what I read is on Kindle just because like I already want to bring most of these books with me. That is so many books to ship internationally. So I really try to make sure that the books I buy are ones that I really anticipate loving or think will be 5 stars. So today I have 3 books that I bought myself, 1 book that was given to my husband, which I will also read, and then 1 book which was given to me by my aunt. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, a book that was sent to my husband by his best friend is Dear Mrs. Bird by A.J. Pearce, and this one just sounds so quaint and horribly British and totally adorable. So in this one, we're in London in 1941, and we're following Emmeline, who wants to be a war correspondent journalist, but instead, through a mishap, she ends up answering letters for Mrs. Bird, who is a very formidable writer, and she's quite intimidating. And the one thing that Mrs. Bird really makes clear is that any letters or fan mail that she gets that have any unpleasantness whatsoever have to go straight in the bin. So as Emmeline is sorting and helping Miss Bird with her mail and writing letters back to fans, their relationship changes, and I think that this will just be a really cute and endearing novel. And also, I love the cover. It looks kind of like those retro drive-thrus that, like Sonic in America, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I think the sign is like similar to this. But anyway, this cover is just super adorable, really retro, and I think the story will be very funny and touching. And next is a book my aunt sent me because she read it, she loved it, and I knew that I just would also really love to get my hands on it. And it is The Great Alone by Kristin Hannah. And again, this sounds remotely like my absolute darling. So this follows a family whose father, I believe, is a war veteran, and he is struggling with some mental difficulties. So they decide to move the family to Alaska, where maybe the peace and being away from society will help him recuperate and get better. But I don't think everything goes as planned. All I know is that I've only heard great things about it. The cover is gorgeous. Like, look at that. Nice. And this is one I just really cannot wait to get to. I also really love books set in Alaska, as like specific as that is. I've read 2, The Wolf Road by Beth Lewis and also The Snow Child by Ewan Givney, I believe. And they both happen in Alaska, and they were just absolutely stunning novels. I love the setting of Alaska. So I'm really hoping I do enjoy this. If you've read this one, I know it's pretty popular and it's been out for a while, please let me know what you thought of it, because right now it's like at the top of my TBR. I really want to read it. And next up is Comrade Loves of the Samurai by Ihara Saikaku. And this one I saw in a Japanese Kinokuniya store in Hiroshima a while ago. And I didn't pick it up at that time, but I remember being surprised that it was there because queerness just isn't really a thing that Japanese people talk about that often. So it stuck in my mind, and then when I was doing queer readings of Japanese literature this month, I went right back to that store and looked for this book. So I'm so glad that they have it. This recounts a series of stories, fictional or based on historical content, between samurai and samurai, or samurai and pledges in training, essentially, and it recounts their love stories. So I'm really intrigued to see what it's about. Right now I'm also reading a fictionalized account of love between a samurai and a farmer, and I am quite enjoying it, so I'm really hoping to give this a read by the end of the month. So while I was in that bookstore, I also happened to see this one, which is The Sea and the Poison by Shūsaku Endō, and this one has caught my eye before because of the cover. Isn't that just beautiful? I mean, in a really gruesome way. So in this one, we follow a Japanese doctor who is forced to operate on American captives in the war, and he is haunted by his decisions. So this is actually based on a historical account of what happened to a doctor in real life, and Endo was so scarred when he heard about it that he wanted to create a story that encapsulated the pain and the suffering and trying to overcome the grief and the shock that goes along with the tortures of war. So this is definitely not a book for everyone, but I figured it's small, so it might not destroy me too bad, if that makes any sort of sense. But I'm really looking forward to this. I know it's dark, but it's kind of my wheelhouse, so I'm really hoping that it will be great. And also, I've never read Endō before, so if any of you guys have read Endō, perchance, let me know what you think of his writing style. I'm pretty intrigued to try a new author. And last up is a book that I specifically ordered from the UK. So this is one of my most highly anticipated books of the year, and it's Lifelike by Kristoff. This was blurbed as Romeo and Juliet meets Mad Max meets Blade Runner, and those are so many things that I love, and it has AI and it has a strong female protagonist. So in this one we follow Eve, who builds fighting robots so that she can use her winnings to pay her grandfather's medical bills, but things don't go as planned and her robot is severely damaged and she loses all the money that she was going to use for her grandfather's bills. So as she gets into debt with people that she owes, there are also people looking for her because she may or may not have a secret power, and she happens to find a discarded AI robot in the trash who she takes under her wing. So that last part reminds me so strongly of Chobits by Clamp that I'm just here for it. I'm so here for it. So, AI, strong female character, discarded AI in the garbage bin. I'm trashed for that kind of stuff. Like, just take my money. So this is one I'm waiting until I'm out of this month to read it, because I know I'm gonna binge it, and I really want to just be able to give all of my attention to it and not be worried that I'm not reading Japanese literature. So come July, this happening immediately. That wraps up my haul. Please let me know if you've read any of these books and you liked them. If so, tell me why. So was it like you liked a certain character, or you liked the writing style? I think it's really interesting what people like the most in different stories. So I hope that you found a new book that you may like. So if you've made it to this point, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button or the subscribe button. It would really mean a lot. And without further ado, I will just talk to you guys later. Toodles. Bye.